It's finally happening, guys. I'm dieting. We are starting 10 weeks of strict ass dieting. Now, when I say strict, I mean I'm literally going from main gaining, eating quite a few calories, to bringing them probably where I would like to have ended my calories, which is not something I would recommend to pretty much any of my clients. But this is a mini cut. I'm not faffing around. I'm not easing myself into it. I know personally my relationship with food and my relationship with exercise is bang on. So I don't need to be gentle with myself. I can just go in, and we are going in hard. So come along for a day of dieting. Come and have a look at what I get up to. Come and have a look at my food. Although I've done really badly on the food so far in terms of vlogging because I've just finished my cereal. Cereal I'm gonna have any day of the week, okay? I don't care what my goal is. I don't care what day of the week it is. I'm gonna have cereal. If I'm on holiday and you're gonna offer me this like big breakfast, no, I'm gonna have cereal. I am going to have cereal. All we're gonna do is adjust the portions. So I'm having slightly less cereal, but cereal nonetheless. And I'm being smart, right? I'm not just having like loads of Cheerios, which are just gonna not fill me up. I've got the Weetabix minis. They're gonna fill me up a little bit more. Work smarter, not harder, okay? Plans for the day are, I'm gonna paint my toenails real quick because I've got pole and gymnastics later, and you never know if you need to get your feet out. I try as much as possible to not get my feet out because that's not for me, but sometimes you gotta do that. So after I painted my toenails, I'm gonna go for a walk because I've also kept my steps up pretty high. Again, my step goal was quite low. I wasn't really adhering to it. I was in my main gaining phase. It didn't really matter. It wasn't a priority. And you might think that Lisa, you're an active person. You're literally a personal trainer. And when I tell you that being an online coach is the most sedentary job, like you will find me here 24/7. I'm not going anywhere. My steps were quite low. I was probably doing around 4,000 a day without kind of trying to up them. And again, you might think, Lisa, you have a dog. Why are you only doing 4,000 steps? Well, I also have a boyfriend, so he will sometimes walk the dog instead of me, or I'll just go out for like a quick walk and then he'll do a little bit of a longer walk later on. There are many ways that my step goal was just not increasing. It is going to be a bit of a shock to the system to have increased them to 12k, which is what I'm doing right now. Again, not really something that I would be giving to my own clients. I would never just be randomly doubling their steps off of the back of a dieting phase. I want this dieting phase to be short and sweet. I want it to be aggressive. I want to do the most within a short amount of time, and I know that I can adhere to this because I work from home. I work for myself. I can at any point take a break and go for a walk. I just sometimes get lost in things a bit too much, or I'm just simply being lazy, because that happens too. So I've just already, it's now getting to 20 past, why have I got a timer? Oh, duh. It's now just getting to 20 past 9 and I've done an hour's worth of work. I've got myself ready. I'm just making sure I've got a full plan for the day, and then we're going to make a head start on our steps, because honestly by now, the past couple of days, I've already been around 4,000 or 5,000 steps, and I am currently on about 200 steps. Nice. Just gotta wait for my toenails to dry first though. If you have a step goal, you want to be breaking it up throughout the day. You should not be doing all your steps at the same time. Now, I understand I have a privilege in the fact that I can stop my work whenever I want and go out for a walk, right? Great, perfect. The reality is you could probably make some changes to your day too that means that you can go on little walks. A lot of people work from home now. You can go on a walk. You could get up half an hour earlier and go for a 20-minute walk around your block before breakfast. If you really want to do those things, you can do them. I will say having a cute dog makes that a lot easier. Back from our walk, which got me around 3,000 steps, I want to say. We're probably out for around half an hour. There's a lot of stop and start with Rex, so he can sniff every damn thing that he could possibly sniff. But it was sunny and I enjoyed it so much. I like to try and break up my steps in 3 to 4k blocks throughout the day. And then I know even if I'm at the lower end, I'm still going to be doing steps like when I'm walking around the house, when I'm putting the pots away, when I'm doing random bits and bobs. I'm going to be accruing steps. So even if I just hit 3k in the morning, 3k at lunch, 3k in the evening, I know I can kind of top up the rest in between. Short blocks are always going to be better than one big block. Now I'm going to devour this banana, drink some water, and get my bag together for PT and pull. Can we talk about how much this dog just loves the sun and loves to sunbathe? I've just had to drive back to the gym to get my bag and my camera because I totally just freaking forgot and I left it. So you've got no clips of pole, no clips. Oh, I was supposed to also, the whole reason I brought my camera is because I was like, oh, I'm gonna take my lunch with me, have that in the break between PT and going straight to pole. So I'll film that, and I did none of that because I forgot my lunch, and then I left my bag at the gym, didn't film pole. And then when I was driving away from pole just now to come here, I thought, how did I used to film things if I forgot like my big camera, my phone? And I just forgot to even use my phone. I don't know what the hell is going on with my brain recently, but I keep just forgetting one thing. It's never like ruined my day, it's just something slightly annoying, just enough for me to have been like, oh, make sure I do that, and then I forget. So that's pissed me off. And now it's 20 to 2, I'm about to go home and have my lunch, but like I'm gonna be having my lunch nearly at 2 o'clock, and I have to eat my tea early because we go to gymnastics. It's just all messed up, but it's okay because whilst I was at the gym I had a 3D. Oh, there's still some left. So I had some caffeine, which not a diet hack. The caffeine is going to suppress your appetite a little bit, and it's a lot of liquid, so it is going to fill you up somewhat. And I did manage to wiggle around my calories while I was at the gym and had a bag of protein crisps. So I've not totally not eaten anything since my banana earlier, but I did feel a little bit starry-eyed when I was upside down in pole. We're gonna salvage the day still. It's not the be all and end all. Eating lunch at 2 o'clock is less than ideal, but here we go. I've got an orzo salad that I made earlier in the week. Onions, we've got peppers, we've got tomatoes, we've got chickpeas, we've got orzo, and there's some like garlicky dressing, which smells amazing. It looks a little dry, but I'm hoping if I mix it up, it'll be delicious. It's 4 o'clock and I've been doing some random bits and bobs around the house. In fact, that's a lie. I have just bought a Garmin, which is coming tomorrow. So then I've been girl mathing, and I was like, I've still got my MacBook Air that I was meant to trade in, but I haven't traded it in yet. So if I do that now, and then I looked up how much my Apple Watch would be if I traded that in, and basically the Garmin's like £30, so happy with that, and that's kept me nice and distracted. But right now, I'm gonna have the diet hack of the century, which is Coke Zero. If you don't do this, what's the point? If you're starting to feel, you know, that like in between stage where it's not quite lunchtime, it's not quite tea time yet, but you just need something, and you know you're not like starving hungry, you're just peckish. This is gonna help quash that. Now, ordinarily, I actually had planned out for this time of day to have a protein yogurt, but I know this evening with me going to gymnastics that I'm gonna be hungry when I get home. I'm always hungry. It's a longer day for me, so I just know that after I've been there, I usually need a snack. So I'm saving that yogurt for the end of the day and having this now. Because I had my lunch a little bit later on, I'm actually not hungry. I just a little sweet treat would be nice right now. And I have to say, even though I've dropped my calories quite a lot, because I'm keeping my protein nice and high and I'm eating wholesome, nourishing meals with loads of micronutrients in, I've not actually been hungry. Admittedly, it's been 2 days, get a grip Lisa, but I've not been hungry yet. I'm actually feeling fantastic, and my recovery is also looking pretty good, so I actually can't wait. The only reason I want a Garmin, right, is so that I can look at my recovery properly. I can look at my sleep stats. There's a sleep coaching thing which like tells you how much sleep you're gonna need to be able to recover properly. If you have a little nap, it tells you how that's improved your recovery. It looks at your stress score, all of those things, and I cannot wait. That's literally my primary reason for getting it. I've got my dinner on, and I've made my life so easy for myself by making sure that I've put everything into my Fitness Pal at the start of the week like a menu. Like, you probably know what you're gonna have for dinner for the week, right? You've done your food shop. It's not a surprise to you what you're going to be having for your dinner. So literally put it into my Fitness Pal when you do your food shop. It takes you a little bit longer, but it's going to save your life. What I have done as it's got later in the week is maybe get a little bit sloppier with it. So Monday and Tuesday was perfect. Today has been perfect so far. Just my dinner, which I might need to just alter exactly what I'm having. I'm going to have loaded fries, which is the best meal in my opinion. I'm going to have some duck on top, and I'm going to use sweet potato fries. It's just the sweet potato fries. I need to alter the grams, and I'm hoping the grams are okay, because otherwise my calories might be a bit skew with, but fingers crossed. So when you're tracking anything that's frozen, wait, let me just get the actual thing out. When you're tracking anything that's frozen, you want to account for the fact that when it's cooked, it's going to be lighter. So when it's frozen, it's heavier because it's retained some of the water, and that water has frozen. You've got to think ice is going to be heavier. I was going to say ice is going to be heavier than water, They're both going to be heavy, but essentially the water that's in these is going to evaporate when it's in the oven. It's going to be the opposite way round if we're talking about rice or pasta. So when we've cooked rice, when we've cooked pasta, that takes the water from the environment and sucks it up. So the pasta cooked is going to be heavier than the dry pasta. Frozen food is going to be lighter when you're eating it. Now, that doesn't matter so much because the thing that it's either sucking up or taking away is water. It's 0 calories, but it matters when it comes to tracking, because if you're tracking, say, 200 grams of chips, that's going to be the cooked weight. That's going to be the nutritional value of 200 grams of those sweet potatoes, for example. It is not going to be accounting for the extra weight that the frozen water is going to be accounting for. Usually it's going to tell you on the back of the package. Oh, here we go. Oh no. Hang on a second. Some of them won't. Pasta generally does tell you. Chips not always though. It does not. Happy days. Great. Oh, here we go. When cooked according to instructions, 500 grams typically weighs 352 grams. So this bag is 500 grams. So what they're saying is, when this entire bag of chips is cooked, it's actually going to weigh 325 grams. So you're telling me I've got to do the maths. The nutrition panel says, when cooked according to instructions. So if I'm weighing out 100 grams of chips, I'm selling myself short, babes. I could be having so many more. We've just got to do the maths every time, which is very annoying, I can't lie to you. So we've just mathed the math, and for this sweet potato fries, it's saying that when cooked according to instructions, 500 grams, the whole bag weighs 352 grams, which is roughly, and by roughly I mean 2 grams out, 30% of the frozen weight. So all I've done is weigh out what was left in the bag, which was 160 grams, and take away 30% of that, because 30% of that is going to be water going into the abyss. And that left me with 112 grams. So 112 grams of this is what I've been able to put into MyFitnessPal, because generally that nutritional panel, that's going to be your cooked weight. And it will say, it says here, when cooked according to instructions, then everything's here. It makes life a lot harder to have to look at these things and consider these things, but it's making my life better with chips especially, because it means actually I'm getting to eat more, rather than thinking that my 160 grams of chips was actually 30% more calories. I'm finding out it's 30% less calories. Sounds good to me, boo. I'm also just gonna throw in an onion. I'm frying the duck right now. I've got a pepper, probably put like a quarter of that in maybe. And I've got some sweet corn left over. So I'm just gonna shove in as much veg as possible to bulk out the meal. Micronutrients and volume, that's what we wanna go for when we're in a deficit. No guys, it's giving hot mess. We've got gherkins, we've got not very many chips because that's all that was left. We've got sweet corn, peppers, duck, fake cheese, just whatever I could find to add on. Volume, okay? Dinner has been consumed. I've just finished editing last week's video. So if you want to know about this little DJI camera, go back and watch that. And now the step count is looking kind of low. So I'm gonna go, Rex has just gone between my legs. I'm gonna go walk Rex really quickly, get some steps in the bag. I have got gymnastics, so I'm hoping that's gonna get some in, but we're quite low. Let me have a look. Oh, we're on 6,800. That needs to couple. I've not dished them out as well as I really got off today. I've been sidetracked this afternoon, but we do as much as we can. We do little bits here and there, and of course we can still cop them throughout the rest of the week if I don't exactly get them today, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse to not do any more movement right now. I can go out now for half an hour. I've got half an hour that I can do that with, so I'm going to go do that. And then I have a protein drink left to have, which I'm going to take to gymnastics with me, and then I also have a yogurt to have when I get back. So we're not done. We're not done with the day. Could I interest you in a walk? Do you want to come out for a walk? A little walk in the bag. Went for about half an hour, 20 minutes maybe. We're on 9,100 steps, which feels a lot more manageable and a lot closer to my goal. And I now even still have 15 minutes till I need to leave. So I'm going to quickly tidy up the house, which is my life hack for getting more steps, by the way. Tidy your space. Like, you don't have to always be going outside. Steps is your movement every single day. It's what you're doing all the time. Even this, low-key counts as, doesn't really count as steps, but it counts as movement, right? It's better than just sat on the sofa doing absolutely nothing. Movement, all movement is movement. Look at this boy. Oh baby, you so happy that you went out? Saw some doggos. If you ever are considering getting a dog, please just get a bull breed. Just rescue a silly bull breed. They're absolutely amazing. They're the most lovable dogs. They're the most lovable dogs in the whole world. He's lazy, he'll just sit with me all day. He just wants to be doing whatever you're doing. I just love him. I love you. He's really missing having a friend, guys. Makes me really upset. He just keeps coming up to me in the middle of the day, and even if he's had his needs met, his playing need hasn't been met, his playing with the dog need hasn't been met. We're just not able to play with him the same. It's so sad. You want a baby dog as a friend? I have to wait till one needs rescuing. Perfect doggo comes along.
Show where the robot cleans up the world.
Cleans up the world.
Cleans up the world. Disney film. The robot. Wall-E. It reminds me of Wall-E.
Yeah, it is kind. It's nice.
Yeah, but he's cleaning up the world.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing.
Do you not like recycling?
Yeah, but there's nobody there. He's got to do it all. That'll be him.
Where have you gone?
Hello. Yeah. Beautiful. Now the splits. Yeah. Oh, stunning. Just pulled up back from gymnastics. I'm just doing this in the car because I wanted to test the low light mode on here, and actually it's looking kind of good. It's, what if my watch is going to tell me, it's 5 to 10, so I know it's summer and it's not pitch black, but it's quite dark right now. Like, this looks like it's additional lighting. It's not, it's just reflective. So I'm impressed. This looks like I'm doing this in broad daylight. I managed to get a couple of clips at gymnastics. I'm just mindful of there being people around, so I don't feel obnoxious with this because it's so small, but I was obviously mindful of kind of just getting people in shot. So I hope you saw a couple of things that we did at gymnastics. I don't feel like I progressed massively, but I did. Mesa and Emily definitely unlocked some new tricks this week, which was fun to see. I drank my protein shake while I was there, had some creatine in that as well. And I'm just going to go in now, have a shower, and have my Outpro protein yogurt, which is amazing. The 15 gram of protein yogurts now. If you haven't got to know, get to know, because they're amazing. Ideally, I wouldn't be eating this late, but I just know that I'm peckish after gymnastics, so I had to leave something to now, to be honest, because otherwise that was going to be the danger zone of me going over my calories for no reason when I don't need to. So planning in advance, plan to win, plan to succeed to plan. There was a daddy long legs creeping up the thing, and that's not the phrase, you know what I mean. Just plan your food out. But day 3 of the diet so far, we have ticked every single box. Steps, I am pretty much on, I checked a minute ago, like 11,500 I want to say, and if I look at my steps across the week so far, I have hit an average of above 12k, so I'm super happy with that too. So I'm just going to go eat my yogurt and go to bed. So I'll be signing off for today's day in the life, but I'll be keeping up with these videos throughout my diet to keep myself accountable, and also to show you guys how easy these steps are to actually incorporate them into your life if you plan and if you go out of your way to do so. Have a great day.